Characteristics of quadratic functions. A quadratic function is a function that can be written in the form f of x equals ax squared plus bx plus c, where a, b, and c are real coefficients and a is not equal to 0. The graph of a quadratic function is called a parabola. The simplest quadratic function is the squaring function given by f of x equals x squared. Its graph is shown to the left. Note, f of x equals x squared equals ax squared plus bx plus c, where a equals 1, b equals 0, and c equals 0. The graph of the squaring function is symmetric to the y-axis. F of x equals x squared is symmetric to x equals 0 because f of k equals f of negative k. The axis of symmetry of a parabola is a vertical line that divides a parabola into two congruent halves. The axis of symmetry passes through the vertex of the parabola. The vertex here is 0, 0, and the line x equals 0 is the axis of symmetry of the parabola f of x equals x squared. Here's a table of data for these points. You can see that on the left side of the y-axis, you have the same y values as on the right side of the y-axis. The axis of symmetry of a parabola is a vertical line that divides the parabola into mirror images, right here. There are paired points to the left and right that are equidistant from the axis of symmetry. Exercise A. Consider the graph of f of x equals x squared plus 4x plus 3. What is the axis of symmetry? Well, it is x equals negative 2, here. What's the vertex? Negative 2, negative 1, here. So we can just plug in x values into here to get the y values, and we can plot them out, and we can see that this is true. The axis of symmetry of a parabola passes through the vertex. Note, g of 0 equals g of 4 equals 0. The axis of symmetry passes through the midpoint of 0 and 4. For example, x equals 0 plus 4 divided by 2. Exercise B. Consider the graph of g of x equals x squared minus 4x. What is the axis of symmetry? What is the vertex? Well, here we see that the axis of symmetry is x equals 2, and the vertex is down here at 2, negative 4. We can do that by just charting out some of the values for x and plotting it on a graph. If h of r equals h of s, then the axis of symmetry passes through the x-axis at the average of r and s, making the equation of the axis of symmetry x equals r plus s divided by 2. Exercise C. Consider the graph of h of x equals negative x squared plus 4x. What is the axis of symmetry? What is the vertex? Well, once we plot some numbers and graph it out, we see that the axis of symmetry is x equals 2. The vertex is at 2, 4.